Every time you walk through an airport, you're being tracked in more ways than you probably realize. It's not just security cameras. Your phone, your boarding pass, your luggage, and even your behavior can all contribute to how your journey is monitored from the moment you arrive to the moment you board your flight. Most of this happens quietly in the background, without any clear signs that it's taking place. But once you understand how it works, you start to see airports in a completely different way. Cameras and facial recognition. One of the most obvious ways airports track passengers is through cameras. But what many people don't realize is how advanced these systems have become. Modern airports don't just rely on cameras for general security anymore. Many now use facial recognition technology that can identify and track individuals as they move through different areas. As you walk through check-in, security, or boarding gates, cameras can capture your face and match it with your passport or airline records in seconds. In some airports, your face can even replace your boarding pass. You simply walk through a checkpoint, and the system recognizes you automatically. While this speeds up the process, it also means your movements can be tracked across multiple points inside the terminal. These systems are often connected across different areas of the airport, which means your identity can be recognized repeatedly without you needing to present documents each time. Over the course of your journey, this creates a continuous record of where you've been and how you've moved. In addition to identification, some systems can also analyze patterns, such as how long you stay in certain areas or how quickly you move between checkpoints. This information helps airports improve efficiency, reduce congestion, and enhance security operations. For most travelers, all of this happens without any noticeable change in their experience. You simply walk through the airport as usual, unaware that your presence is being recorded and analyzed at multiple points. While the primary goal is to improve safety and streamline operations, it also highlights how technology has transformed airports into highly connected environments where movement can be tracked with remarkable precision. Boarding pass scans and movement tracking. Another way your movement is tracked is through your boarding pass. Every time you scan it, whether at check-in, security, or boarding, it creates a record of where you are and when you were there. These scans are part of the normal travel process, but they also provide valuable data to airports and airlines. By collecting this information, they can monitor how passengers move through the terminal and identify patterns that help improve operations. For example, if a large number of passengers are delayed at a specific checkpoint, the system can detect the issue and alert staff to take action. This helps reduce wait times and keeps everything running more smoothly. What many travelers don't realize is that each scan contributes to a detailed timeline of their journey. From the moment you check in to the moment you board your flight, your location is recorded at multiple points along the way. This data can also be used to predict passenger behavior. Airports can estimate how long it will take you to reach your gate or determine whether you might be at risk of missing your flight based on your movement. In some cases, this information is combined with other systems, such as flight schedules and security data, to create a more complete picture of passenger flow. While this tracking is designed to improve efficiency, it also shows how even routine actions like scanning your boarding pass can contribute to a larger system that monitors your journey. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth tracking. Your smartphone plays a bigger role in airport tracking than most people realize. Even when you're not actively using your phone, it can send out signals when Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is turned on. These signals are constantly searching for connections, and airports can detect them using sensors placed throughout the terminal. By capturing these signals, airports can estimate how many people are in certain areas, how long they stay there, and how they move from one location to another. This helps them manage crowd flow, reduce congestion, and improve the overall passenger experience. What's important to understand is that this process doesn't always require you to connect to the airport's Wi-Fi network. Simply having your device turned on can be enough for it to be detected. If you do connect to Wi-Fi, additional data may be collected, such as how long you remain connected or which areas of the airport you visit. This information can be used to analyze patterns and optimize services. Many travelers are unaware of how much information their devices can share, even passively. While this data is often anonymized, it still contributes to a broader system that tracks movement within the airport. As you walk through the terminal, your phone may be quietly interacting with sensors around you, helping to map out your journey without any visible signs. Mobile apps and airline data. Another way airports track passengers is through mobile apps, which many travelers use for convenience. Airline and airport apps provide useful features such as flight updates, boarding notifications, and directions within the terminal. To offer these services, they often require access to your location and other personal data. Once you enable these permissions, the app can track your movement in real time. It can see when you arrive at the airport, how long you spend in certain areas, and when you approach your gate. Combined with your booking information, this creates a detailed profile of your journey. The system knows your flight details, your schedule, and your location, all in one place. In addition to location tracking, apps can also monitor how you interact with them. They can record which features you use, how often you check your flight, and how you respond to notifications. This data helps airlines and airports improve their services, but it also adds another layer to how your journey is tracked. What makes this method unique is that it relies on voluntary participation. Travelers choose to use these apps for convenience, often without fully considering how much information they are sharing. While the goal is to enhance the travel experience, it also shows how digital tools can quietly monitor your movements from start to finish. Credit card and purchase tracking. Another less obvious way airports track passengers is through purchases made inside the terminal. Every time you buy something using a credit or debit card, the transaction is recorded with a specific time and location. This information can be used to understand how passengers move and behave within the airport. For example, airports can analyze where people tend to spend time before boarding, which areas are the busiest, and how long passengers stay in certain locations. This data is valuable for improving services, adjusting store layouts, and optimizing staffing. It helps airports create a better experience for travelers, but it also contributes to tracking their movement. In some cases, this information may be linked to loyalty programs or airline accounts. If you use a connected payment method, your purchases can become part of a larger profile that reflects your travel habits. What makes this type of tracking interesting is that it feels completely normal. To most travelers, it's just a routine purchase. But behind the scenes, it adds another layer of data that helps map out your journey. Over time, these small pieces of information can build a detailed picture of how you move through the airport. Baggage tracking systems. Your luggage is another key part of how airports track your journey. When you check in your bag, it receives a tag that contains information about your flight and destination. This tag is scanned multiple times as your luggage moves through the airport. Each scan records its location, from the check-in counter to sorting areas and eventually onto the aircraft. When you arrive at your destination, the final scan confirms that your bag has completed its journey. Because your luggage is linked to your ticket, this system also reflects your own movement. It provides a detailed record of where your bag, and by extension, your journey, has been. Modern airports use advanced tracking systems to monitor luggage in real time. This helps reduce lost baggage and improves efficiency, but it also adds another layer to how passenger journeys are tracked. For travelers, this process is mostly invisible. You check in your bag and trust that it will arrive at your destination. But behind the scenes, every step is recorded and monitored. Behavior monitoring by staff. Finally, not all tracking relies on technology. Airport staff are trained to observe passenger behavior and identify patterns that may require attention. This includes watching how people move, interact, and respond to their surroundings. For example, someone who appears unusually nervous, confused, or distracted may attract more attention. Similarly, behavior that doesn't match typical travel patterns can be noticed. This type of monitoring is subtle and often goes unnoticed. It relies on human judgment and experience rather than automated systems. Staff members are trained to recognize situations that may require further inspection or assistance. This helps maintain safety and ensures that everything runs smoothly. While most passengers are not directly aware of this process, it plays an important role in how airports operate. It also shows that tracking isn't always about technology. Sometimes, it's simply about observation and awareness. When you put all of this together, it becomes clear that airports use a combination of systems to understand how passengers move through their space. Most travelers go through the entire process without ever thinking about it. But once you're aware of how it works, you start to see just how connected everything really is. Airports are designed to move people efficiently and safely, but behind that experience is a complex system working quietly in the background.